royalty. To we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. Anytime where you there, it no matter. Anytime where you be, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we putting up stronger one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. Where breeze not a shame. TPP TV, Talking Points platform. Then they give you information about salute.
Yes, family, welcome back to yet another very important program where they can through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohamed Kagbo, and today na the 11th of February 2021. The program where they bring Cantona, and a question we ask is the SEC losing credibility? Or is the SEC a disappointment? But somebody go and ask, why would they ask them question here? If you be the follow throughout social media, you know, say CEO saga they go on between the Africanist press, when a China bar, and the First Lady, Madam Fatima Bio, where from the findings of China bar, about $3 million American dollars. That now billions and billions of loans will go through the First Lady illegally, according to Africanist press, on the project we call Hands Off Our Girls. Now, a lot of people not be taken serious until a reply try for justify why the money need for go on your account, why you need for do this, you get for buy tickets, you get for buy chair, you get for explain a lot. The team blow out of proportion till even reach BBC. Now, because of we know the Sidon now, we know the set modes, we they talk, we they contribute to the governance, this don't force the government through the SEC for Media Institute investigation. But the thing will shock people, the person where they in question, that is the First Lady Fatima Maada Bio, where a lot of evidence they threw Chernobyl, instead of the SEC investigator alone, then decide for say, no, we're not the only investigator, we investigate the previous First Lady. But if you listen, Fatima Maada Bio in first video, it tell you say, if they're not interview, if you do not question the former First Lady, it means nothing not will take place. Like technically, if you look at her, now get the order for make the includer. So that make we ask, is the SEC losing credibility? Is the SEC a disappointment to Mama Salon? Now, for help me talk this talk better one for answer all of them questions here, I get my colleagues in there, Mr. Ibrahim Kamara from the UK. Mr. Ibrahim, you go greet people where they listen around the world.
Yeah, hello to people wherever we are. They welcome again to another segment anyway.
Yeah, thank you very much. Again, of course, Dr. Alpha, now one of the very frequent, very strong station manager, we always there with winner. You go greet family.
Yeah, family Munaudo. Welcome to Talking Point platform again.
All right, thank you very much for coming. And we get to strategic director winner Andrew Kamara from Denmark. Mr. Andrew, we go greet people.
Yeah, family Muna. Good evening. Welcome to Talking Point platform.
All right. Now we go straight to the point to not waste time at all. The first thing with the question would be begin. According to the laws of Sierra Leone, the SEC for become independent, if for be credible, of course, then get for investigators. But from what we see so now, we'll ask the question, Mr. Ibrahim, go straight to the point. Based on this thing we see so, is the SEC credible? Because if you watch what's happening and up to this level, if you remember the last time we'll be there with the same program, and now it all to another level. Walk with through. How credible is the ACC? How you see on your eyes?
Well, now a very interesting question and to start with. If I therefore look into how credible the ACC they are, well, so far so good. Now the biggest test is where the the ACC they can get anyway. This is not the biggest test where we are in allegations and on the way then support with evidence against the first lady, we are the president in wealth. And now they don't take the bold step, say they don't write, say okay, then they probe into the activities of the first lady and including the previous first lady. I mean, they go into 14 years into that day. So until then go on with the probe if they come with any report or recommendation or any indictment get for come. That the outcome of that probe and investigation that we get for look now, then we will able to make the assessment. So like now, if I make any assessment, it will be a bit premature for make a do because this now the real big test. So we then do this test on the outcome of this now, then from that point there, we will finally make that judgment there. You understand? But however, for the fact say the ACC boss when I Ben Kaifala now the presidents they appoint her, I feel so we don't discuss and there at some point. He already put on a kind of situation where he not too independent. The laws and the land say yes, again for be independent, again in liberty and freedom for investigate and indict anybody. But for the fact that they appoint her, I believe say that puts in credibility, that raises questions around the incredibility anyway. So I think say low we wait and see.
All right, thank you very much. We come to Mr. Andrew from Denmark. Tell me, what is the role of First Lady when it comes to public spending? Because we understand, say, the laws of Salon not permit any non-governmental organization or institution for use public fund, that is the Consolidated Revenue Fund, for torture. But the office of the First Lady is not part of, it's not a public entity per se, even though technically they're under the presidency. So tell me how credible, how this institution they run and how them for receive money.
Well, actually, from a layman point of view, and so we all believe, say, the First Lady are like a supporting tool to her husband. But however, the laws of we own country, I know they talk in the case of other countries, I want to be specific. The First Lady on no account, not for receive money from the Consolidated Fund, because we laws they not permit that. When I look at the report where colleague Chernobyl based in the United States release, I can't for realize say on the first quarter of President Maada Bio in tenure, that are the first month, however, where they inaugurate term inside June, the First Lady received the sum total of $293,000, where Chernobyl, according to investigations, we do, which is very wrong. The First Lady on no account not for receive money directly from the Consolidated Fund. When I also look into the interview where Umar Fofana do, where that the correspondent we based in Salon for BBC. At first, we see a lot of decline from the president inside. We see na State House where Umar Fofana made a call for make get an interview with even the people already in charge of information na State House, then decline. We see even the information minister decline. But the First Lady jump into the wagon and try for come, because always, all the time now, so this woman they do, you understand? We're not there for point fingers at people, but this don't just too much, because it cross lines them, it cross border, and that don't lead into a lot of things them. Now this time we come for realize, say, like what my colleague be they talk this time, and we come for realize, say, all them kind of things that where they happen, clearly stated. Because at the end of the day, if you as a anti-corruption boss, they call you for they make the thing very simple for you, the investigation very simple. Channel don't go to the extent we get the check reference numbers there for the transactions they always occur. So the work don't be very simple for you. You just therefore go into the case and look into it. Then he come and say at the beginning investigate 14 years back. Imagine that. So if you begin investigate, okay, why the Commission of Inquiry not be looking into Alpha Weed and Tenor with Pakaba? You know, why not be looking to that? Why not be looking to Adams when I be Minister of Tourism doing Pakaba in them? But just come and say, okay, and they look into Sia Koroma. Now threaten the post, and then they this kind of thing when they do, then they try for deter other things, them subsequent things are waiting for the happen. You understand? Because a lot of people are afraid. Today I see another, sorry, Mr. Moderator for the time. I see another report where come away. One colleague now where the work now he just and a simple comment, just comment at the first lady page. They sack today. You understand? So all of them things how they happen, then they muscle people them right. And people them no they get a voice but talk even once you don't know how they talk because at the part of the world if na salon will be there. I tell you if we as we done this program maybe we just see people that they can act now don't want them say we invite you now for investigation or for any other things, you know. So I just want to pause here for now, Mr. Cabo.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. Yes, Doctor, you don't feel say ACC, this question they go directly to you, Doctor. You don't feel say ACC Ben Kaifala being that the president, na appointer, let's be honest with me. The boss where they serve, technically na salon people but na Maada Bio they serve. Why I say so na Maada Bio they serve? Because anytime the president wake one morning, you will say Ben Kaifala, I don't want you again as boss, as ACC boss. Now immediate effect. Question or the parliament not they ask. Now that makes some of you don't they call along for mere parliament look into the area, this particular institution, because it's very vital for fight corruption, may be independent. Lord, we vote for it like that 5 years. Because look at this now. Anyhow, pause go straight to you know if you say now cover the ACC boss they try for cover Fatima. Doc.
Well, thank you again for having me. Well, what I go say is this. First, I go into question where you asked earlier, if the ACC credible enough or if the ACC a disappointment. For me, about the credibility, I believe say like how Mr. Koroma say, we go wait and see the outcome. We go rate then the credibility. But if it's a disappointment, absolutely. So far, there are instances. I mean, we only see perception survey with the going index. We all praise. Me personally don't come here and praise Ben Kaifala. It was my senior in a grammar school and all them thing in day, and he don't do some fantastic job in that you recover money. But then we don't get case of the 1,000 of bags of rice, the chief minister, and then this way I believe say you get for sure integrity and impartiality. But all of them cases then they so far it don't fail. We mean say so far now a disappointment. You ask question about if now the government appoint, if now the president appoint them, if that not a cloud in judgment. Then me go ask a simple question. Before in appointment as the ACC boss, it not be the work, it not be the survive, will not be no harm. Sometimes then get for do about credibility and respect for the rule of law. Now what I mean credibility. You can't force me for do it here I don't want to do. If I'm patriotic enough for my country and I know say I'm educated enough, like how, for example, Mr. Kaifala is educated, it can work na any international organization, it can go back to in chamber. If he see say in your name, they be into disrepute. Because for now, you go shield somebody else on their own bad behaviors and corruption. You go shield somebody else. But you know, a young man in the future, you aim for more higher office, but you be not change your career and your name along the way because another person. So first, they get for do with your integrity and credibility. For let somebody push you around, no matter who that be, including the president. Another thing is what I say, because respect of the rule of law, no day na country day. Even though when the president they appoint the ACC boss and the president get the prerogative for hire and fire. But we get job them we get security of tenure. Where you they show how we for sack the person. The president just come no more, he can sack. But we see in the case of where this government take place, out and sack ombudsman and sack the former ACC boss. Yes, granted, any president we can want surround himself with boys the way they say yes sir, yes sir. But again, if you know a president will respect a particular office, you can wait tell the person in 1 year, in 2 years, let on. Or like he commits a crime where the entire country go agree, the majority of reasonable people and when not put party business before, then she say no, this person, the president even left an job, but he look they sabotage the government. He look now they doing work. So parliament self no act. President can sack certain people away get security tenor for their job. The parliament just did a lame duck. Now then for do checks and balances. So I believe for say yes, maybe then can able adjust the constitution and make that office the independent of appointment by the president. But already the way it is there is security is just about for belief into them laws then they wait on they already for hacked upon them and we not behave selfishly. So far again, I believe say somebody, even if not the president appoint you, either you do your work well, if no chance for let you do work well, you save your integrity and quit. But so far is a disappointment. That press release, the way they release is a disgrace. Me, I see and first, I don't even believe say this now from the ACC. Once you're all over social media, I get for phantom later and me quietness and go on their website, you know, and see and for myself, like believe say something like this they come out from an institution where so much of freedom don't come for trust in this short time for act this way.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, let's see the technical part here, just like we be mentioned about Mr. Andrew from Denmark be mentioned about the likes of okay, Adams, them, all of them, if you are investigate. So now the first thing is some people they come now for can understand. Let's check from history the first lady there, because they say then they investigate first lady there. And I feel evident for go back to if we don't die. Now the first lady we get back Rebecca Stevens when President Rebecca Stevens left when from April 1971 and the end 1985. The second first lady we get Anna Momo when from November 28, 1985 to 1992 April 29. The third one Patricia from March 29, 1996 to 90. Another one, Aissata Jabi Kaba from 1998 to 2007. Come down to Sia Koroma from 17 September to Fatima Maada Bio 4th April in the current one. So if mention, these are the test cases there. These are the things where some people and they respect you. Now, Mr. Andrew, tell me, with all the names there, you don't feel if they want to do credibility, therefore if it starts all over, so we know how it happen, rather than just select one grain person, because we know according to the incidents it. Yeah.
I think
yeah. Andrew, come in.
Yeah, based on me understanding and other people the way they listen or they view this program, I believe say a lot of cases in Sierra Leone where they look at certain things them for call spade a spade, and they look at this as a witch hunt, you understand? We just for be frank there or be open-minded, because we know into that wagon we are in, like for example, waiting up on salon today, where a very young man just go a show and right as a citizen where they pay tax in that country, everybody get right for say what for say. We know they into that kind of wagon day. We are in, we will just say, okay, I go more so you try for do anything. I'm free for talk, and I believe in my right as a citizen for try to make things straight. And I like certain things that we go wrong. I believe for say if only the ACC boss or the entire ACC as a team want to be very, very credible, like when we look at credibility as a matter of point, if they want for really show honesty to Sierra Leoneans, the investigation, okay, now we say, forget about Rebecca Stevens, you know, or Anna Momo. Let me look into the work where from late Patricia Kaba. Okay, we go say Patricia don't die, but we still get Ajena and then a salon, you know. I said Kaba still there. He's still there in Sierra Leone. And he served for good, I think, for good from 1998, as you clearly mentioned, to 2007. That's a very long time, you know. But not say just because these are SLPP people, okay, we not look into them. If you want for really show, we say you're very honest to your conscience and to the people that way they serve, come out plain and start the investigation like I earlier stated. Start out from them people there, you know. But if not to just the resources they want for waste, because if you come, you say, okay, we look 14 years back. Because child don't come, he go to the extent he show the transaction number where the posting take place at the central bank. You understand? He go to again, he show the checkbook number. You understand? All the instances then they even to the extent he say if they want more evidence, he can give them more evidence. Just that I read through Chenoba in Facebook timeline, I see another thing where he post again. You understand? All the things then there, Mr. Cabo, when you look into them, I believe it's all the name that we don't mention. To me, if Ben Kaifala want to do justice to the people of Sierra Leone, make it go back. Because we want to money, waiting don't go missing. If you go again, okay, if Sia don't thief, okay, fine, bring the money out, but we want to make it start from IJ. Okay, now we say because of time. Go to IJ, IJ still in a salon. You can call salon and IJ for investigation.
Exactly.
If you get for answer questions, you know, because Patricia, you go say Patricia don't die. You understand? Okay, for Anamomo, okay, maybe you go still there. I don't know if memory serve me well, or maybe because of time. Okay, let me just take him from IJ in time because he served for a long time. From 1990 to 2007, it's about 9 years. It's about 9 years. If this man want to be very honest, where the SLPP government will not they have a point fingers or for say we there for serve anybody, we serve with conscience and God Almighty we make we not to pay people and for say we there for, but we believe say it's too much. The people and they suffer in that country. They suffer. How can just one particular person will just sit down and eat $3 million? That we know first. Other things and the way they're not the shadow, we know they see. You understand? When they behind we, these are just few part of Chanoba things the way they look into. If I'm not just expenditure you look into, you know, look into the income waiting kind side. These are expenses. You understand? Now just the spending. If we look into now waiting come from other foreign donors them or local based NGOs and the donations them.
Exactly.
Because you know, all the things are there, you know. Yeah. If you look into all the things are there,
we understand say the British government give money to answer for girls or some organizations around the world, millions of so transparency, no, they absolutely transparency, no, they audit, no, they not, no, they now I can turn to Mr. Kamara. Mr. Kamara, the clause where SLPP people in the courts, where a lot of people folks and where they see, they say section 39 of the Public Financial Management give the president authority for allocate funds to non-state institution. For example, the office of the First Lady. Even though not a government institution, but section 39 of the Public Financial Act of 2016 give the president permission for allocate funds to her. And again, if forget threshold, walk we through the system here.
Well, you know, because like we constitution, a lot of people they may don't question the powers of the president first now. Salon, no assume say he did it. Because Salon are one of the few countries around the world where they give the president so much power where they can get away with a lot of things then. So, and this is one of like the clauses or probably, you know, things that within the constitution usually where things then can happen, the president can able hide under then stuff then they for justify waiting then do. So all 10, I make like, even like way the last days of President Ernest Bai Koroma, there was a need and spend a lot of money to let them review the constitution and some of the things that they need for doing for take some powers and from the president. In fact, that don't affect we for a very long time. This is now a clear example again. Because we president then usually in a salon and get so much power, then they look like a demigod with a power. You understand? And get that kind excessive, let's say, authority in the country. They can get away with anything. You know? So like that bring the thing into question. But if we look into them, we can go back to like some of the things that they say. You don't mention a list of first ladies there. But like me, like IJ go that time because I think say Pakaba be married IJ after we don't left power. I don't think they ever hold that office anyway, IJ Kaba, as Salon first lady. You know, been happen. But Fatima Bio, now the first lady from the African News Press, part of the investigation, where it gets an account at the central bank, that it receive funds from the consolidated, the CRF, the consolidated fund directly. So it clear. It's the very first time. Whether we don't get hundreds of first ladies, or the every president we they don't use that in constitutional power or fund any account. But in your situation where it is right now is unique. So that alone make you different from everybody else. That in the very first lady ever where you get account at the central bank and where funds they go into and directly. So I seem to even this not been now power waiting into now we constitution say president and do. So all previous president and not do. So why president Bio you for Kandwa? Because not to even good example, not a good president. So that not just bad example where this whole thing don't bring so much mess around the presidency itself. I believe say the president self get for do a lot for clean in name and in image. Because we don't underrate this thing. This thing don't begin for a very long time. This Fatima saga, we don't underrate her. But this alone will be enough reason for bring this president down. You understand? And it will go bad. It will go down as the worst president ever we country don't ever met. So again, for looking to anything there, I say, okay, it's about your country or the personal or for protect Fatima, over Salon. I believe say if you didn't have that situation, the way in the military as president, the auto take, if it puts the country above anything else. So now go use and then begin the quotes like waiting the SLP folks they go using clause and they say the president get the right for one. So they want to use them for cover up the woman in mess. Not just get for work. You understand? The money way in that country, we get a lot of things away they do it. You know where they go no more. You don't kind of power. You want to let they allocate funds directly to your office. And from what you make like the African Express really particular about the office of the first lady, no constitutional instrument or the way he approve law say the existence of the first lady itself for say. You understand? Not to like any kind thing within our constitution say if we exist. When I like a kind of ceremonial office somewhere where they go create you day. So I kind of not see no way waiting and go to try for you say and get any justification. You understand for explain why the president for put some sort of money in at the woman account and why if for they misuse their money then they ask they don't come with all the evidence where then clear. In fact, this not been an easy job, safe. If me an auditor, you understand, I go audit this particular incident, it's clear because China will give you the account numbers there. You show the account there. It give you the transaction. We don't deal with accounts software. When they don't give you transaction code, it make that job there very easy for you because you just go to the code and it take you straight to the transaction. You see, it give the transaction code, it give the numbers. You just imagine. So it gives so much evidence for let them deal with this. And human self be don't accept in wrongdoings. So what did they try for do? Like, I just sent around the whole investigation saga now. Then they try for distract Sierra Leoneans. That way. Understand? That are the SLPP tactics. And they don't they use this always. Now, no, we drag this thing to other past first ladies and these are so they go pay so much attention to that. They have for the pull it, then they go forget about Fatima. But we don't go fool forever. Maada Bio and in SLPP cronies, and they don't go continue for take we Sierra Leoneans for granted, say we very stupid like all of them. You understand? We don't go take that day. And each time where they don't mess up, where they want to hold them to ransom, then they count on another issue for distracts the people then. If you look at this whole thing, mark me word, the whole focus we don't do on Fatima, now they don't bring her into 14 years. So they don't begin to distract people their attention up for begin go into how they will look into her.
Yeah.
And you can see the coming days, as they begin investigate Sia Nyamakuma, the focus go there and then go try for deal with Andemo and Fatima will get away with this. And we don't fool. So we keep an eye on this and we'll follow up on this. You know, we don't go stop. You know, we know where we fix it or no be but we go analyze and we go send the message to we people there, let them open their eyes there. If they all get enough of them, I believe say we go act. We don't see them. We don't get gone, we don't get lessons. Look for example, the Arab Spring where it begin. When somebody gets people ain't hard enough, they not be able to do nothing, how it begin. Somebody take fuel, he put on in body, take fire, he burn himself. For tell the sisters, I fed up, that's how the Arab Spring begin. I believe say what they do it, instead and people don't get power. So God, something will start from somewhere. You know, when people say, but I'm not taking for granted.
I understand how you feel. Now come to doctor. Given the amount we involve, only from what you understand, $3 million American dollars, and people in the suffer in a saloon, water nodi, light nodi, money not in a bank. Even the bank governor talker say money nodi, the bank governor, self talker. Doc, you know if we say now camouflage the first lady they do for due people. It puts the hands of our girls as if it's in a project where genuine, where a project where not get no transparency, no accountability. You know if it's in a way it do for let it just enrich himself, Doc.
Well, now this it's all about how you call this thing priorities, right? It's all about priorities. You don't mention water, light, and then get free education within the champion and a need for be equality. We glad for the free, but let's step up to quality. So it's all about priority and patriotism for one's country. Because if you look that amount there and if you read the Africanus report, anything for go by, and they tell you say a huge chunk of that money they go to maybe fuel and furniture. So you know, so people the money are not to money, even either you lavish them or you cow it crazy receipts there. You understand? Sort of kickback receipts the way you go buy 10 million, you put on 50 million. You understand what I mean? So if you watch that report, yes, all the points to what you just say, you understand. But again, as I say, this is all about priority and love for one's country, you know, and in the age of social media now, you can't keep fooling the people because there are a lot of patriots among we, even within government, within the civil servants, there are patriots who they were ready for expose wrongdoing. But if you go back to the letter, because now the HTC we ask about the credibility or disappointment. You watch that letter. Come on. Yes, the ACC for come with a press release as they don't they do always. Come with press release say we don't see the allegations them from Africanus press. We check how authentic they are. And we go come back to now with the check, we do every that's all. But how them pull that press release, they don't lay already the groundwork for the answers to come. You understand? It's disappointing. You understand what I mean? The office of the first lady is an attachment, okay, to the president. All other first lady, then don't they survive under that office? They fine, granted. According to outside and quotes the constitution, if the office of the first lady under Fatima decides say one champion hands off our girl and other project there, in need the funds, so be it. You can take her under the state house, under the presidency, but you decide forget private bank accounts where you they run for yourself. You understand? It's a first. It's a first. It's not about even the money the way they receive now. It's about how judicious they use their money. Because Salon in a poor country, we not get better school, we not get better hospital, we not get people in lack nutrition, so much housing and other things for using kind money than they. That don't mean say and the answer for our girls rape and other thing is a good thing or not for fight against them. But we get other things them for prioritize. But if somebody granted you say the president get right for give money to other evil, no problem. But there is laws and procurement and laws them how for use them money then they go and investigate for we now waiting we the people of Sierra Leone want. And remember this na the anti-corruption commission where they tell we say a lot of time where cases and allegations they come against government officials there, they tell we say we go look at them later. When you talk about the Auditor General's report, then say it's too voluminous, it's too boku, we not get enough staff. Now step by step by time, okay, now then get time for go 14 years back. Yeah. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Well, we not care for defense Sia Koroma. Maybe get your wrongdoing for do, but there was commission of inquiry. Why would I not put her under scrutiny? 3 years now in governance. Why would I not investigate and 3 years in governance? Where soon have been the way? Not get problem now na investigate. Anybody under the past regime with thief, we not get problem. But you get for look, you get for do introspection. Watch inside yourself now. You can't continue 3 years. They go back, they point figures. Waiting them vote to inside for. What's in the change? If anything, now they go back. Lord go back 14 years. Lord go back this. The focus is about. There is an allegation about the office of the first lady. Go and investigate and come back to it. If you do wrongdoing, tell me. If you free again, you not do wrongdoing, tell me. But the most disappointing thing before I end shortly, now with the Sierra Leonean people, if you watch the keyboard warriors that you watch online, it's pathetic. You understand? Sometimes politicians they give you. Some not even sabi politician just because of political sentiment or tribal sentiment. They argue, they cause, it's a disgrace. Nobody know they say the first lady is guilty now. Instead, they accept say he don't use the money there. Waiting some of we want to know now. If they use the money, then they transparently, judiciously for the right cause. And if we not get all the priorities, they outside for spending money, then they. But waiting at the need for pull such kind press release. It's a disgrace. You know, it's a disgrace.
Yeah, Doc, I understand. The point is, I see. Let we just bring even all this money. First, one of the videos then where the first lady be pulled, it be say you know ever trust salon money. Later, I pull another video say you get right for using money. But it way hurts me now the justification. No listen from Insesef.
Waiting, no other first lady not able for doing at this country, and that is bringing another first lady into this country. And not bring one, but bring 6 other first ladies within the sub-region. Bring 2 foreign ministry within the sub-region. Bring the head of the deputy head of ECOWAS and bring the deputy head of the AU in this in the whole of Africa, inside Sierra Leone, for come launch the Hands Off Our Girl campaign. Now, would you feel say go pay the bill? When you want to let the world know who you
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, you see, the mommy don't defend the money already. He say he use the money because he want bring can sub. Imagine do it then stand in the salon there with where the government can then declare austerity. They say money not there absolutely. How you feel about that statement here where the first lady they make? Is it connected to any sort of sanity when it comes to financial discipline? You know, man, who study accounts. You know, man, who work in a bank. Walk me through.
Okay, make I just take them back to the system where they operate now in Salon. During President Kaba and Dr. Sia Koroma in time, we been get a separate accounting system. Now we get a single treasury accounting system. Single treasury accounting system in the sense that we get one account, one principal account, wherein the person when are the custodian to that account then are the president. If you buy like you born picking them. Now when you born picking them, you know the daddy, you get like 4 picking. Then picking there at first, then they eat them food inside separate bowls. You understand? You get for dish for this, now your bowl, you dish for this, now your bowl. Everybody they eat according to how you want for it na your board. But now we get a system where the president puts the food inside one bowl. And inside this bowl, that the president, who na the papa, and they decide on waiting Karamo forget, waiting Dr. Alpha forget, and waiting Mr. Kabo forget, and waiting me forget. Fine. Now a very good system wherein if we really go by we don't really save a lot of money, because now a system we design in a way that you go able for supervise. You're able to forget checks and balances. You're able to know how the funds they be expended and how the spending they take place, and they know exactly where they go. But here is a case wherein I don't want to take una back and count to Fatima Bio inside. Here is a case wherein the president, when I in the dish, now they eat with yan, now they eat with everything, you understand. That some of the reason there you see case of the chief minister come up, $1.something million, the two shipwrecks inside, Fatima Bio they follow, and more they take place. Then get a single treasury system, accounting system, but yet still we get a lot of lapses because we don't get proper checks and balances. And even though you see a lot of checks and balances again they take place, then they frown at them, they know they look into them. You understand? Now we come again to Fatima Bio in statements. I will say they're very unfortunate to some point, you understand? Because now the very first lady, this way first we say, in no one day touch Salon money, now in your money, now use, you don't work at the United Kingdom for almost 20-something years. When if you calculate Fatima in age to what in a B now, you deduct, that means if you don't begin work from 14 years back, from way 14, which partner the way 14 years begin to go work. So, but the SLPP, they take me for granted in the sense that them fi say salon a one kind farm where everybody go just come, he take a junk and run away with that. But now all these days of the internet where things are not to be hidden and not just possible, because all the statements the way Fatima be the altar, we they keep them and we get them. There are references and we get for the continue for refer to them statement and then what would they point things them out? You understand? When would they articulate issues? We therefore look into them things, their statement and they now the very Fatima name, okay, I get right for use salon money. You understand? We don't tell we say no one day touch salon money. Now I get right for use salon money. You understand? Okay, fine, you're a first lady. But we'll not say that you know use salon money, but use them in the right way. You understand? When the money be used, okay, the campaign we launch, okay, answer for a girl, I get girl picking. I could be very, very happy for make this campaign be successful. You know, roll that out is good, but for many resources be amassed by just one person, you understand, or a set of people or a particular family just come and sit down into these resources where for benefit a bulk chunk of picking them. A lot of people in another country they one just come and sit down into their resources and they eat all. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible in the sense. This na internet days, and this na time way now the 21st century. People are wise up. You know, they just come and you take we for granted or use we like say we not tool. It's not possible. You understand? You know, so all them things then I think say they're very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate to an extent that the first lady and the man and the cabal or the pauper regime, they all just feel say we all still fool. We still there into the 19th century. We are in. You could just come, you talk what you for talk. People then clap for you or then follow you because of what you say. It's not possible now. It's not possible.
Right. Thank you very much. Let me come to Mr. Kamara. Mr. Kamara, come on. The SEC, now we care for can question their credibility. Then get baku cases. If you look at the case of Timbo, Alpha Timbo, issue about the 49,000 bags of rice we lost in 2018. Audit report, they're not able to tell you anything better from another audit report don't come out 2019. You don't feel say the SEC they lost in credibility, they lost in value or are disappointing, Mr. Kamara?
Well, the disappointment, if I go over and I just like I will repeat the same thing way my other colleagues don't talk about. This the whole thing, a big disappointment. As I mentioned earlier again, a distraction. You understand? If the SEC been understaffed, they're not able to deal with the auditor general in reports because they not get enough staff. Then how comes automatically they don't get staff? We will probe into the activities of the office of the force lady, you know, ranging down to 14 years. You get a lot of work where you need for do. You don't do all that work, then you take that, you put send on, then now you put this on. So as I don't say, now distraction. Let we channel they expose Fatima. Let the ACC come with press release, distract people, then, drag their attention with it. Then Fatima will get away with this. The credibility of like the ACC, as Usa starts again, it always get big question, and this will be the biggest test. Back to that point. For the fact say now then they appoint them, and if you gonna Ben Kelfan in personal page where Fatima Bio in birthday they reach, they wish an happy birthday. You understand? He comments nice. He share a photo of him, Fatima. So if somebody they share a photo of you and the first lady, how much you feel so able to do to that kind of first lady?
Yeah.
You know, so it get big question, but like how would they say, or like partly like how Doc may say, it's about we Sierra Leoneans. It don't reach a time where we say we for begin think about we legacy there now, not to just this one green job before look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like just make money for myself. Now this one green job, and what's important to me, like no respect, no integrity, no the way whole or no and all left no good legacy. Like just stay there and say me say I get money. You see, this comes down to how we Sierra Leoneans they see people that get money because we believe for celebrate people that no more we get money. Now the hand. Though Kaifala as a young man, he get a very, you know, he get a lot ahead of him in life. So this is up to him how he go able to mess himself up. He already don't take a very wrong path. Let me make it clear. The press release and this action already a wrong path. But the situation all the back to him, how he able to make this wrong year right. Because he needs to deal with this, you know, in a way where he will set a very good example. So everybody say, really, the message where they say, we not get no sacred cow now we country not true. Even a first lady can misappropriate funds there, then can able investigate them, indict them, charge them, or he repay the money back. At least we don't affect him, but we'll get for see them come up with the kind of thing they say. Because there's clause the way they show say they can get out of court settlement. So probably even if like around for full week.
Yeah, let me take some people and on the comment here. Like for example, we get Alfonso de Lamatin Camara will say they want to play games with the people mind. And another person, Ram Steph say they talking about the president. So waiting he say about this whole issue. But don't another one they say Martin Joanna he say bo una all get bad that for this government. Usa una they where EBK they be the loot the country money. Thank you very much, Joanna. We respect your opinion. We respect your comments. And another one, they say Benzema Karim Ovich. They said the whole SLPP coup lack integrity and accountability. They thought they are fooling us, knowing that they are fooling themselves. All right, these are the few comments we'll get time for. Fambule, there are a lot of comments anyway. I see from Pessima Joannis. We say good point, good question. I see Pessima Joannis. They say Andrew Kamara. You are right. That particular area should be independent of both parties. Matthew Joan again, he comments. I see the hate from you guys. Yusuf Tijan, they say, Sierra Leone, may Allah help us. Alfonso, they say, thank you guys for saying the truth. All right. So, gentlemen, we don't ever get 100% here. We glad some people they vex by the comments. Some people are glad by the comment, but what do they are? We they have for Mama Salon. We there for clear conscience. We not a serve political party. We they serve the interest of the country. Like where Mr. Ibrahim and Mr. Andrew be talk. If in a salon world be sit on so after this program, they go arrest we or then go invite we. But we they out. We self go try for put to what we mod for layer we get transparency, good governance, and accountability. Now time don't be three bad one. Mr. Andrew, we go wrap up. Say you go just comment if you get any comment, or otherwise you will say last word and then we'll round up the program.
Well, just want for look into some of the comments there. I want to tell people and say TPP very transparent. Then make we see you just read, even the one the way they oppose read them comments there. If now other other news medium them, then they skip some of those comments. But when they read them, because we have to tell when I say, "Una now bother them, and we love una now they fight for." If you buy like no more Bobby wine they do now Uganda. There was some point where them bring Kana jail, you know, them broken foods and killing driver. It's not na court. Now tell the police to say now you are the fight for any picking and you picking away for Bob. He said today then they jail me, then they lock me up because I don't copy. No, he says then I conscious use I don't do nothing. Now are the fight for. So we are fighting for you Sierra Leoneans. If I then I can say okay, I'm satisfied. I feel okay. But I get people that don't understand. Now you say we comment bad in one of those people. You understand? And I get a family down there in a part of that family. People that they suffer. I remember when I left Salon 2014, I left bag of rice at a very okay. Let me say the point being so with itself, but to an extent again. When I go back home 2019 December, the way I see Salon, a different shape. So please, I just beg people and make it try to understand. Say, this is not just about Mr. Ibrahim or about Mr. Kago or Doctor or Mr. Andrew. It's about you, Sierra Leone. It's about me. Let's fight together. We know they fight, say, okay, we fight for EBK or we fight for anybody. We are fighting for Sierra Leoneans. So if not that, not the case, the First Lady, in case this is a test case to the entire ACC, let them do the right thing. Let them not come with a witch hunt for say, okay, for distress Sierra Leoneans, then bring Sia Koroma into the show. In the day undone, and we know they tolerate that, and we continue for name and shame them, and we continue for call spade by his names. You understand? Thank you very much, Mr. Kago, and for having us here. And we continue for do the right thing. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Family, tata.
Yeah, Mr. Kamara, Karamoko. You see the comments then, but if you get for comments, you go comment. If you not get comments, you go say your last word, and we.
No, I will just react to that one person where he say EBK they do blah blah blah. So we will be there. And okay, I will take in comments say okay, even if ABK been do bad thing then corruption and this and that, no be give reason why Maada Bio self for come do bad things there. You understand? Like you will say, okay, Paul be done they do bad, so me say they do bad now. And now not on that platform, the man become campaign. So we see we they do service like the man we don't put start comments say so something. They get a lot way they go through some of the things that we talk now for let it benefit the entire salon. You understand? Not to we specifically we they talk for we self now personally because we were there, we only abroad. You understand? No matter how you look at how we get a lot of things that we will survive right now. So probably in where they are going with the talk this for make something happen where will benefit the country as a whole. Let it not begin seeing like we not any political party we represent or any political party campaign we follow. We not just patriot the way they fight hard for talk, highlight things the way people then are the grown no way. In a way, for let we self give with small knowledge that we don't can acquire abroad, now we give back to society. Okay. And then we hold the big the government into account for the wrongdoings there. So I just go end my own day this net, say the person way he get that comment, let he look at her that way they say we know they do it for no reason and we do it for any good.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Doc, you will say you find out all, or if you don't comment anything, people that don't comment now in different versions, some people you the comments there. You want to say last word, and if you get anything for her.
I just want to say, I guess one or two things for her just quickly. I just want to say, plenty thank you to all the one that we comment, both the one that we give a hand of support and the one that we feel say it's get venom we can pump now. So the one that I admonish the all. So the one that we support today don't clap for who don't can show patriotism now. We hope say. When we go come talk and expose anybody in a NGC, in a APC, opposition politicians that we hope say you can back, you can clap because we know the party business. It's about salon, it's about patriotism. The one that we don't come feel say na hatred, we na opposition stooge them. What I want to say to them? Look yourself, look around a salon, look your situation. Try for remove that political lens, political sentiment. Look yourself. Look you surrounding, see how the nation they see how people in the suffer. And I don't mean for saying this government, but people don't vote for change. And watch the allegation, how accurate the allegation be. use you head, think for yourself, not get group and cabal thinking. And see what people and they talk. Now left this keyboard warrior business. Anytime you hear people them want show some sign of patriotism, you forgo and you go pump. And just quickly, waiting the trend where I don't see don't begin as alone. It's a very dangerous trend. Now this trend of cancel culture, we don't begin America, it then at the West, people and now don't begin to say it normal. Now this some of we why that thing we can sit down, we argue about. Somebody now we comment when the first lady get back and forth, he don't lost in job. You don't see the problem. Who side and say somebody no get right, forget an opinion, forget a political view. Yes, what he might say, it might be say wrong. It might be say me, you don't agree with that. But everybody get a protected right to free speech. As long as you know incite violence, as long as you know call for riot, you know destroy property and other things. But now a bad trend. We know they can say something that the first lady don't make it don't then sack out. But if you sense they work well, you see the letter of termination, saying that because of Facebook post. And to be honest, now one Facebook post I see, but I don't see a lot of the other posts. We happen for go primary school together. I don't see some of the other posts. Not all I go agree on. But you not call for violence, you not insult or cause somebody, you express in political view. It protected under the constitution. So this cancel culture way one begin, either you or against us. If you talk, you lost your job, you talk, then go terminate you, then go boycott. It's a very dangerous game. Power, no absolute, it a change on. Today, body. Tomorrow it can be you, it can be me. Let we stand for what is right.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry guys, they see a lot of people in the comments again, for against we want to appreciate una. Yes, Yusuf Tijan say na APC una de represent bo una left we fake camera. Okay, thank you very much. We see another Stephen AP2Ray say if the ACC decide to 14 years investigation, I want to appeal to ACC to do 25 years investigation of First Lady so Patricia Kaba, President Kaba. Anyway, it's too long. We thank una very, very much for our attention. And we ask the question if the ACC they lost in credibility. And we come to the conclusion, say, now we're not going to judge the ACC. We want to wait and see how the investigation they go. This particular talk, we not say other talk or this particular talk, would they follow to the latter, would they follow? If they make it 25 years back, would they follow this talk? We want to know how you end. We want to know because President Maada Bio tell we say there will be no sacred cow. Everybody for be equal under the law. Anybody who eats alone money, if for give account for that. So until then, we want for tell plenty. Thank you. Again, time not for read all of them here. Someone they say read me comment. You need to think before. Okay, it's okay, guys. The guys, all right, thank you for compliments. Yeah, we appreciate you now. Okay. Fabulous. So go ahead. My name is Mohamed Kagbo. Until then, we will come back with another very important segment. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.